and Jai Bharat, Jai Sanvidhan. This is Article 280 which I am going to read. Mr. President, then we take up the Article 280, Amendment number 3028, Dr. Ambedkar. The Honorable Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said, "Sir, I move that for the existing Article 280, the following article be substituted. 280, where a proclamation of emergency is in operation, the President may, by order, declare that the right to move any court for the enforcement of the rights conferred by Part 3 of this Constitution and all the proceedings pending at any court for the enforcement of any right to confer shall remain suspended for the period during which the proclamation is in operation or for such short periods as may be specified in the order." Mr. President, Mr. Kamath, do you wish to move amendment number 3030? Shri H.V. Kamath, sir, I shall move the alternative in number 3030. I move that in the Article 280, after the words "by order," the words "and subject to the approval of a majority of the total membership of each House of Parliament be inserted of the total membership of each House of Parliament be inserted." Mr. President, you may move your amendments. Shri H.V. Kamath, I also move, sir, by your leave, the three other amendments. That in amendment number 3028 of the list of amendments proposed to Article 280 for the words "enforcement of the rights" conferred by Part 3 of this Constitution, the words "enforcement of such of the rights conferred by the Part 3 of this Constitution as may be specified in that order be substituted." The next one is that in 3028 of the list of the amendments in the proposal, Article 280, for the words "any right," the words "any such right" be substituted. And lastly, that in 3028 of the list of amendments in the proposed Article 280, for the words "the order" occurring at the end, the words "that order" be substituted. Sir, if these amendments were accepted by the House, the proposed article would read as follows. Where a proclamation of emergency is on operation, the President may, by order and subject to the approval of the majority of the total membership of each House of Parliament, declare that the right to move any court for the enforcement of such of the rights conferred by the Part 3 of the Constitution as may be specified in the order, and all proceedings pending in any court for the enforcement of any such right so conferred shall remain suspended for the period during which the proclamation is in operation or for such short a period as may be specified in that order. So, Mr. President, does the Honorable Member propose to go through the whole part, section by section, as subclause by subclause? Shri H.V. Kamath, no, is in so far only as they are relevant to any argument. Mr. President, I think the members are familiar with the fundamental rights, and any general remarks the Honorable Member may wish to make, he may do So without going into details of each such fundamental right, Shri H.V. Kamath said, I shall abide by your ruling. I am referring to such articles as are relevant to my amendments. The amendment moved today is amendment number 1. The new one where I have said that the enforcement of the rights should be substituted by such of the rights conferred by Part 3 of the Constitution as may be specified in that order. When in extraordinary cases of necessity and urgency, the government on its own responsibility adopts provisional measures having the force of law. It must be the same day. In the UK, the Act provides that Parliament must be summoned in 5 days, presented for conversation into law by the Chamber, which if dissolved should be convoked for the purpose and assembled within 5 days. The decrees lose effect as on the date of the issue, if not converted into law within 60 days of their publication. The Chambers may nevertheless regulate by law political relationships arising from decrees not converted into law.
काय झालं हो सुरू सर
Then, concluding with this article, the Honorable Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said, may I say a word in view of the point that has been made as to whether the suspension of the proceedings should take place by the order of the President, which of course means on the advice of the Executive, which doubt a difference of opinion as to whether suspension should take place by an act of the Executive or by law made by the Parliament. I should like, therefore, that this article may be held over to provide the draft committee opportunity to consider the matter. We might take up the other articles. Then Mr. President said, this article may be held over. And then the next article started, that was 247. Thank you.